Welcome. My name is Peter de Bakker, and I'm the chairman of the Harwich Wastewater Implementation Committee. This is our fourth cable segment to help educate the town's voters about the town meeting articles on the wastewater program. 10 years' worth of effort have gone into developing this program, which is specific to Harwich. The plan was approved by the state and county in 2016, and now we need to move forward with the implementation. This segment will focus on answering the question, what if we don't fund phase 2? While the Wastewater Committee doesn't believe this is a feasible option for the town, we must address the question. To do that, I've asked committee member Sharon Flager and Chris Clark, our town administrator, to help address the input we received from the Department of Environmental Protection. Sharon, what if we don't fund phase 2? What are the consequences?
All right. If we don't fund this, all right, the town is going to be susceptible to possible other legal actions from groups like the Conservation Law Foundation. They would be able to require us to do this program in less than 40 years, which we have at this point. This would probably cause quite a bit of hardship to the town residents, which are fortunate enough at this point to have good road systems, we have a good municipal water system, we have a good school system. These quality facilities, they do feed into the quality of life that makes Harwich so desirable both to the residents as well as our vacationers. So it's incumbent upon the residents of Harwich to implement our wastewater program so that our children, our grandchildren, and future generations, as well as our vacationers, can enjoy these valuable water resources. The program isn't going to get any cheaper if we wait longer. The town is committed to continue evaluating new innovative systems or processes in the hopes of possibly reducing the costs over time. Back in the 1970s, Harwich, like many other Cape Cod communities, passed on the ability to get grants from both state and federal that would have probably paid for approximately 90% of this program. And we can't continue to make that mistake again and let our water resources continue to degrade. If our water resources continue to decline, our real estate values will, as well as our tourist economy, be negatively impacted. I believe Chris Clark had sent a letter to the commissioner.
Sure. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate the opportunity to kind of update and give a sense for the community. I think one of the things that not just myself but other administrators have been kind of confronted with is the question of, well, why can't we do nothing? So a couple of us, along with our consultant, went up to meet with Commissioner Suberg and asked him that question. What happens if we do nothing? And he said that's not an option. In the final analysis, that's not an option. And what he sent out was on February 21st, he sent a letter that said that that's not an option to do nothing. The issue is that we have under our CWMP, as Peter's alluded to in the book, we've put together a plan that addresses the issue of high levels of nitrogen and phosphorus. And what happens is if the town doesn't address it, then conceivably they could have the DEP, Department of Environmental Protection, could have individual homeowners that are in certain areas have to upgrade their own internal systems. And these systems aren't very effective at taking out nitrogen and phosphorus. So we would have people would have to put these systems in to address what's called the total maximum daily load to try to get those numbers of nitrogen and phosphorus down. These systems are costly for individuals, and they are not as efficient as what a municipal system could get. So what does that mean in terms of the certain areas? I mean, the estimate that we have in some of the brochures, which I've laid out a few of the brochures that we have, they're saying that the initial capital cost of the individual resident could be anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 per system. These systems would have to be changed out over time. The annual operating costs are anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000. One of the things that I think is an important part that government in this case, because we have the economies of scale and have the technology in these treatment plants to get down to the levels that we need to. I know $220 million is expensive, but they're saying that some of the estimates in our plan said that if we left it to the individuals would be paying 3 times more without the tax benefits that you get as having this be part of your taxes, so you can write some of it off. So I think that a lot of thought's been put into this, and that the best solution is to have the town do a proven technology of operating these plants. And as we've alluded to, the IMA is to use the Chatham facility, which is a newer facility, to be able to take out those nitrogen and phosphorus levels down to where we need to have those be. The other thing is, as we move forward, for water, for our drinking water, as well as for the groundwater discharge permits, those permits change over time, and we need to make sure that we have the ability to address those issues. So when you have a big plant and you have the ability to introduce technology as regulations change or as the amount of pollution changes in the environment, we have a greater opportunity to clean that up in a more efficient way.
Terrific. This is the last segment, and I hope that our audience has been watching all 4 of them by now. So the intent of this is to educate you so that when you come to town meeting and vote, you can make an informed decision of what this is all about. If you need more information, there is a lot of it available. The easiest way to do it is to go to our town's website. On the home page, you will find the teardropped logo of the Wastewater Implementation Committee with the words Comprehensive Wastewater Plan under it. And click on that and you will see probably any document that you might be interested in to become fully informed. So we thank you for having watched these programs, and we hope to see you at town meeting. Goodbye.